It is time for an update to my Stardew Valley Hermit Challenge. If you watched the original video, I'll link it up above, you'll know that I did a run through where I stayed on the farm basically the entire time. I allowed myself to go into town one time for every year it was. So the first year of playthrough, I could only go to town once. The second year of playthrough, I could only go to town twice. So now it is the end of the second year in my run through, and it is time to see if Grandfather is proud of me. Now, I am pretty proud of how my farm has gone so far, and so if Grandfather isn't proud of me, I really am going to be heartbroken. Here's the moment of truth. Yes! I've done a good job with the place. And now my craving for outside validation is complete. And honestly, going through every day on the farm, not being able to leave, is a little bit droll. But then I get to moments like this, where I'm just so filled with the momentum that I just want to keep going and clean up the farm at the beginning of each season, plan my next big trip. After all, this is year 3, so I get 3 trips to the city, meaning that I could probably upgrade one of my tools. I'm kind of thrilled about that. So let me do a quick beginning of spring cleanup, and then we'll get you a nice overview of the farm. My animal corner of the farm is doing fairly well. I do have a lot of mushroom trees sprouting, which is great. I can go ahead and put tappers on those this season. The reason I haven't allowed much else to grow in this area is because I learned that this area is more prone to getting mixed seeds from weeds and grasses and things like that. As you can imagine, having limited trips into town means that I have limited access to seeds each season. But my chickens are all doing great. I have them all named after different ways to cook them, like pulled, shredded, boiled, baked chicken, all of those wonderful things. In year 3, I do plan to get a second silo as well as a barn off to the side so I can get some cows going as well. I'm also really happy with how this bottom right area has turned out. The different rows of trees with their tappers is working pretty well, although I am delaying harvesting a lot of the tappers because I want to get to a point where they all harvest on the same day. It would just be very satisfying for me. Last year, I was also able to upgrade into getting a lot of fruit trees. I have 2 for each season, except for winter, of course. So over here, you can see we have the tree farm. Each row was originally planted with 1 type of tree per row. I use this as a consistent way to get a lot of seed droppings. I make a lot of those granola trail mix bars so that I can refill my energy quite easily. Now in this home corner of the farm, you can see that I have a pretty good farming setup going on with a few sprinklers, and then I really love this row of seed chests, as well as my maker machines, preserve jars, kegs, mayonnaise machines, all of those are set up over here, as well as my brand new recycle machine that I am thrilled with. So if we come up north to my home sector, then you can really look in each of these chests and see what I've been able to collect, what I've been able to gather over time. But I do have one chest specifically designated for trips to town. Things with high energy refills, things to complete quests, and this is my selling bucket, which is empty because I emptied it at the end of each season. Right, and here we can go ahead and see my total earnings is just shy of 300k. My skills have gotten pretty high up. You can see that farming has definitely benefited the most, as well as foraging. Mining, I'm surprised at how quickly that has grown, given the fact that I only have a couple stones to quarry each day. I've been working really hard on my fishing skills, and I have gotten better. I've caught a few fish. I have, 0 friendships. I think last time I went into town I did give people a couple gifts, so I'm not sure what happened to those hearts. But maybe over time, if you don't keep up with the friendship, maybe the hearts go away. And even though I haven't left the farm, I still have been able to collect quite an assortment of artifacts and item options within Stardew Valley, which just goes to show you can be self-sufficient on a hermit farm. My next crafting goal is to be able to make a seed maker. It would be an absolute game changer in terms of farming and productivity of the farm. And here we go, we now have a running farm, year 3. Quite beautiful, quite productive if I do say so myself.